It's a new year. We have got a lot of work to do. Let it ride.
Everybody likes Marcus Mariota. He's a nice guy. We've interviewed him. We like him. But at some point, you got to perform.
I just have not seen enough, as far as just pure quarterback play for me to go, oh, Marcus Mariota's the future, and the Titans are in good hands.
We finished the season 9-7. Wasn't good enough, so I would say that there's a lot of areas that were just a little better than average.
We say from time to time that we're in a golden age of young quarterbacks in the NFL. The problem is that window opened in 2016 because in 2015, the top two picks were Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota. They're both still with their original teams entering the final year of their rookie deals. But neither guy has proven himself worthy of that second contract. And both guys really in a prove it or else year with the Titans and the Buccaneers. And story number 28, as we look at the top 30 storylines entering the 2019 season, Chris, can Marcus Mariota make the most of what, as a practical matter, is his last chance in Tennessee? We've seen it for 4 years. The consistency isn't there. The injuries are there. And will he be there after this season? What he does this season is going to have a lot to do with whether or not he sticks around.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is. You said it. It's a make-or-break year. Marcus Mariota has shown us glimmers, certain stretches of seasons and games where we go, oh, okay, they got it. He's the franchise quarterback. This looks good. But then, he'll have a few weeks in a row where, things sputter. And as far as his accuracy, decision-making, taking care of the football has been an issue with Marcus Mariota and Jameis Winston, oddly enough, with them being the 1 and 2 pick. But, yeah, it's really about him just continuing to refine the position, the quarterback. We know he's an athlete, but can he raise his level of decision-making, accuracy, accuracy down the field, just be able to truly dissect a defense with the pass game? That is what we have not seen from Marcus Mariota. The guy like, hey, can he be surgical? And we've seen moments of it to go, ooh, I think he can. But then there's, a few games in a row where we go, oh, man, that's not surgical at all. That's a disaster, and that doesn't look good. And then he gets hurt on top of it. So big questions this year. He's got to stay healthy to prove himself there to the Tennessee Titans franchise. He's got to stay healthy too, Mike, because Ryan Tannehill's there, and he's a pretty talented quarterback too, and very similar to Mariota, to where I think he'll be breathing down Mariota's neck if he does go down for a few weeks and with an injury.
Yeah, this is not Blaine Gabbert. This is a guy who has shown that he can play well when healthy. Yeah. I know some Dolphins fans will be spitting their coffee out at the suggestion that Ryan Tannehill actually is capable of playing well. But he is. He had the team in position to make the playoffs in 2016, and they did, even though he wasn't there for the last few games of the season.
Right.
That's how good they were when he was playing. If he's healthy, he can be effective, and he's a far better option than what they've had in the past, and that's where Mariota needs to be concerned, because we talked about this the other day on PFTOT. He's gotten a mandate from General Manager John Robinson to avoid contact. Live to play another day.
Right.
And if you don't do what you're told, that's one of the factors in whether or not they're going to keep you. The guy who is responsible for putting the roster together has told Marcus Mariota in no uncertain terms, avoid taking hits. Avoid getting yourself injured. So if he fails, that's going to be a negative as they decide what to do. And you know what? If he gets injured, hey, let's see what Ryan Tannehill has. Maybe he's the guy that we rally around for 2020 and beyond. It's not easy to find a quarterback, but the thing is, with a Marcus Mariota, what do you do with a guy who's making $20.8 million this year, and he's going to be a free agent next year? What do you do? Now, maybe you keep him, Chris, because nobody else is going to pay him either. But I don't know that this is what the Titans were expecting. I mean, this isn't what they were expecting. They were expecting a franchise quarterback when they made him the second overall pick, and he hasn't been yet.
No, you're right. He hasn't been yet. And then, again, to defend Marcus Mariota a little too, has there been a great support system around him as far as, high-level talent at the wide receiver position and the running game? And, hey, Matt LaFleur, it was his first year calling plays last year and everything. I think we saw the potential, but I don't think we all saw it and went, oh, man, that was like the greatest show on turf. Wow, what plays, what game design, all that. No, I think LaFleur was growing as well in year one there. But now it's back to scratch with a guy like Arthur Smith, who's never done it on the offensive side of the ball. But I'll say this with Mariota, I do think he's got more talent around him than years past with, getting Roger Saffold in free agency at the guard position. They were weak in the interior part of the O-line last year. And then, a guy like Corey Davis is coming along. Maybe not as good as they had liked, but Adam Humphries at wide receiver in free agency. Hopefully Delaney Walker's healthy to where, he should have some weapons at his disposal. And the run game finally got going last year, Mike, and they need to lean on that.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.